Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome back to Sam's Trains Live. It's another boiling hot Sunday. Hope you enjoy the show. Thank you very, very much for turning up. And yeah, I'm here doing Sam's Trains Live on select Sundays throughout the summer. So do stay tuned to my Facebook or whatever, or to my YouTube channel. I guess that makes more sense. And you will see the streams as they come. So coming up today, got lots and lots of exciting stuff. Obviously, I'm going to be running lots of trains. I'm going to be taking some requests. I've got another 3D printing design project to show you, which is pretty exciting. Hope you enjoy that. And I've also got some of your photos and such to show, and of course, much, much more. But first of all, it feels like it's been a long time since I've done a live show, so I think it is worth checking in with you folks, seeing how everybody's getting on. So how is everybody today? Everybody having a nice weekend? I do hope so. If you'd like a shout out, jump in the chat and ask, and I will do my best. I'll do my best. Wow, quite a few people here already, right here for the start. Slightly earlier start of 1 o'clock today. That's because we got football here in the UK at 2 o'clock, and you know what, I wouldn't want to spoil the football's viewings by having a stream at the same time. So I've done it an hour earlier. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Anyway, Adam Ruston is there. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for all of the super chats I've had so far, by the way. Already some amazing requests have come in, so stay tuned and you'll see those coming. They're very, very nice. We have loads of people. Southern Train Girl is here saying hi. Jack Douglas 101, good to see you. Arturo Bermejo says, can I have a shout out? Yes, indeed you can. And I've noticed there are quite a lot of people in the chat for the first time today. Quite a few people saying this is my first stream. So if this is your first stream, or if it's your 60th stream, I don't know. Welcome and thank you for turning up. I appreciate it. Seb's Unboxing, yes, you can have a shout out, that's no problem. Mark7188 is there, says hi Sam, hi to you, and thank you for your request. I'll be doing that later on. I'm melting, says West Rail 642 fan. So am I. It's 30 degrees in this loft. I do have a fan on me. I did test this earlier and the fan didn't seem too loud on the microphone, but if you can hear it, I apologise. And I'm not well, by the way, so if I've got a nasty voice, that explains it. I had my COVID jab last week on Sunday, but I had a bit of a cold before that, and I don't know whether the two have interacted, but yeah, I'm still like not 100%, but hey, we got to carry on with these things. And we have Double Decker Dave, thank you so much. He recently got a baseboard table. Could we see the oh, okay, two things. So he's got a baseboard table, that's awesome. Hope you enjoy building a layout on it. And he wants to see Henry with some troublesome trucks and fish vans. Hopefully not the derailing sort. My fish vans don't derail, so that's okay. And Double Decker Dave, thank you very much to you. All right, very nice. And I guess I will leave the chat on the screen so you can see yourselves. I will just briefly thank everybody who's sent a super chat already, because I do appreciate it truly, although I do need to refresh this because a lot have come since I last looked. Hang on. And there's another one. William Babcock is there as well. Could you run the Mark Martinson Dapol Mogul with the egg vans on the outside line? Yeah, well, we could try. I don't think that one will run, but we can run the actual Mogul if you want. And the TTS 40 with a rake of Mark 1s. Now there's an idea from Fifield Junction. Yes, if you send your £5 or the equivalent Fifield, I could definitely do that for you, the request of £5. Anyway, so we have Fifield Junction, William Babcock, Double Decker Dave, AZ Rail, Mark 7188, Gadget Man 1701, thank you so much to you, that was very kind. William Town, Brendan White, George Botterini, Dan Bateman, A2020 Vision, and also Jonathan Kent. I did read all of your messages, thank you so much. And there's Mega Train Lover, who wants to see Tangmere with 8 BR coaches and a Class 47 banking on the rear. That sounds really good. I love these classic sort of preservation trains. And then Brendan White again, could you run a loco of your choice with your most hated stock? Ooh, hated is a strong word. I wouldn't say I hate any stock, but I can think of a few that I have a mild dislike for. So yeah, I'm sure everyone can guess what that's going to involve. Right, anyway, so don't forget there is a giveaway going on over this series. Basically, this is just to say a massive thank you to all of you very kind supporters. I am giving away 3 models at the end of the series, and those are this brand new Bachmann Midland Railway Brakevan, which is a lovely pre-grouping piece of rolling stock. The next one is this Hornby Peckett, again brand new and in yet another beautiful Peckett livery. They're all beautiful, aren't they? And finally, there is another tank engine. It is the legendary Hornby J50, one of Hornby's greatest tank engines. So do check out the description for more information. And thank you again for all of the kind support with the live streams. And as always, if you would like to have a request shown live on stream, just donate using Super Chat, £5 or the equivalent in your local currency, and you can pick any locomotive, any rolling stock, coaches, whatever you like, to run live on one of the shows, and you get your little 5 minutes of fame. And also, if there are any birthdays in the house over the last couple of weeks or over the next couple of weeks in between streams, you can Super Chat for any amount you like, and we will play the hellish birthday song live on stream. And a lot of people hate that song, so if it's your birthday, you have the power to do that. You have the power to inflict that on folks. And we have Paul Bowman, shout out please, and show a photo of mine. Alright Paul, you got it. You send me a photo and I will show it on the next stream, no problem. And also we have Sparky129, hi Sam, could you please run the J70 with another small steam loco pulling a typical freight train with a Great Western Brakevan? That is lovely, yes, I will totally do that. Thank you very much. And me do you prefer the app on your phone or the traditional controller to your model trains? That's a difficult question. The app control is wonderful and it's very, very versatile. I think from a physical standpoint, I do still prefer knobs, you know, control knobs. Always makes me giggle when we start talking about knobs. But yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for traditional controllers, but I won't deny that that Hornby HM6000 is a very, very powerful bit of kit. Okay, let's get on with some trains to run then, because I know that's what folks want to see. And yes, you can tell there's some, well, pretty golden trains set up ready to go right from the get-go today. So the first request comes from Mayo Hosco, who wanted to see Mallard with the Airfix Royal Scot. Now, as usual, I can't really do that because neither my Airfix Royal Scot or my Mallards have front couplings, so I've gone for the troublesome of the two, the most troublesome. That's the Airfix Royal Scot. Oh, Mayo, crikey blimey. You wanted to see the egg vans, a Warwell, that's okay. Prime pork, which I don't understand. I mean, nobody asks for prime pork, but today you did, which is fair enough. The railgun and an LNR brake van. So, yeah, probably not going to work. Only 3 egg vans, so maybe I'll get away with that. We'll just have to wait and see. Then, this is an interesting one on the middle line from Vlad Kopetti, who wanted to see a Victory Day train. So what better loco than the Battle of Britain class, and that is Winston Churchill. I mean, that's kind of relevant, isn't it? And I've got some ambulance coaches. I've got the tanker on a Warwell, maybe that's come home from war or something, and also some crisps, snacks and nuts vans, because, yeah, rations are over, and people can have nice snacks again. And speaking of snacks, the next train on the inside line came from Christian Mann. He wanted to see this, a candy-related train. What a cool idea. So I've gone with my chocolate-coloured locomotive. That is the H1 Atlantic, because it just reminds me of a lovely Christmas chocolate or something. Then we've got Kit Kat vans, a cocoa van, that's a Walls ice cream van, crisp snacks and nuts, well, snacks, that might have sweets in it. Milk, obviously, a crucial ingredient for making chocolate, and then a very chocolate-coloured brake van. Covered? It's not a chocolate covered brake van, it's a chocolate coloured brake van. There we go. I'm not making any sense already. Okay, so the Airfix Royal Scot, this is a loco that I did publicly say that I had stopped servicing because it was a nightmare to service and it was damaging it, having to open it so often. Well, every year, it's not that often. And since I said that, people have, well, Mayo really, has been requesting it. So I guess we're going to find out how long it takes to die. Right. Okay, well, not very long, seems to be the answer. It has stopped already. Oh, no, it sort of hasn't. Apologies for the coughing if I'm doing that today. Sam Green has a birthday today. Oh, do you know what that means then? That means we've got the birthday song. And he wants to see Silverlink with the Pullman coaches. No problem, Sam, we will do that. And Sparky129, yep, your birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks, so we'll play the birthday song for you as well. And also, Dark Lightning 1536, it is his birthday as well, so happy birthday, folks. And I have heard a problem. I'm guessing it's an egg van. It's usually an egg van. Oh no, it's too hot today for this sort of nonsense. Did anybody see what it was? I still haven't seen properly yet. Oh, of course it's an egg van. Let's see if we can stop it in shot though, shall we? Oh, 2 of the egg vans are off. And they've stopped. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to get into shot. Hello. The engine is literally stopped just out of shot. That's annoying, isn't it? Right, so why did it stop? Has it just caught? Has the train caught on the points? Or is it my railgun in the way again? I think it's probably the railgun. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I think it will complete at least one lap. And then I think I'll cut my losses on that. In fact, you might have seen it on this shot. Yeah, you might have done. Well, it's too late now. I can still hear something rattling, can you? Maybe you can't, but I can. Oh dear. So that railgun, I keep forgetting, I keep running it on the outside line, and because it's got those big steps on the side of it, it does catch on my cabinet as it goes past. And also my camera tripod is a little bit close as well today. Oh well, oh no, 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 not another lap. Oh no! You won't have seen that. Seriously, that is bizarre. Yeah, you can just about see it. The Airfix Royal Scott's got traction tyres, and I stopped it a bit too quick on the controller, so the traction tyres screeched the loco to a halt, and the egg vans literally just exploded off the track. Wow, that was really impressive. I'm going to take these off actually, because I don't think they're in the next round. But for the big fans of the egg vans, which is a nice rhyme, they are coming back later on, so yes, don't worry. That was crazy. I just out of the corner of my eye, I just saw them exploding off the track. Man, if that was real, that would have been a very eggy mess. Anyway, Victory Day Train, there we go, he's looking nice, I do like that one. And then obviously the H1 is putting on a good show. I'll show that one when it comes back into one of the camera ranges. But here it comes now. There she is, yes. I do love that H1. Going at quite a rate today, look at that. Yeah, speedy. Good run of that one from Bachmann. It's got quite a good mechanism in it as well, reasonably. There we go, lovely. Still got the Airfix Royal Scott in my hands. Would hate to drop it by accident, wouldn't I? Right, there we go. So, thank you for those awesome requests. I'll just put my keyboard down so I've got somewhere to put the locos. Alright, very nice. And of course, there are lots more requests still to come. Alright, what did you think to that, folks? Any particular favourites in there? I think those were pretty creative requests. The chocolate train is pretty original. Not really done that before. And I do like the Victory Day train. It's probably nothing like any real-life Victory train, but I don't know. It was fun to think about what that might involve and put some suitable stuff on. And we have Dark Lightning, oh yeah, Dark Lightning 1536. Yes, I did see you. Thank you very much for that. Well, shall we have that then, because we've got 3 birthdays in the house. So that was Dark Lightning 1536, Sparky129 and Sam Green. Happy birthday to you folks. If you're sensitive to horrible sounds, close your ears. Here we go, happy birthday folks.
Happy train birthday to you. Happy train birthday to you. Happy train birthday, happy train birthday. Happy train birthday to you.
There you go, we got that one out of the way early on today. I guess now's the time we'll find out that there is somebody else's birthday today, and I'll have to play it again. Don't do it, don't do it. Right, how are folks doing? Okay, heads and ears up, says South Aussie Trains. There's a sensible guy, very much so. What the full, says Lamb Jake. That is the question. I don't know what that means, but that is the question. Countryside Junction says it's beautiful though. Well, I agree. Yes, there is an element of beauty to it. Sam Haslam liked the chocolate train. Yeah, so did I. So did I. I would like some more sort of proper chocolate wagons, not made of chocolate. I don't know why I keep getting confused by these things. But yeah, you know, like more Cadbury's vans and that sort of thing, so I do love that kind of stuff. Please run a Pullman, says Devil's Wolf. There is a Pullman coming up, I think, on the next round of requests. Live requests, that is. So you'll see those. It doesn't improve with age. I'm guessing that's what Brendan White means. Nope, it doesn't get much better. And also Wessel Bankras, it's also his birthday as well, apparently. So have a very happy birthday. Right, that woke me up, says Sealy Mainline. That's good. It does have that effect most of the time. Jelly Jamie Games, yes, you can have a shout out. Cat Meme, hello to you as well. Harry C's here as well. Tantalus, thank you very, very much. Just wondering why you went with a FFF 3D printer rather than a resin printer. Enjoying the 3D printer products. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it too. I looked into resin printers as well, but I was put off them because this is a loft that doesn't have any air conditioning, it doesn't have any windows or vents, and resin is a very smelly and quite a toxic process. If you particularly PLA, and the PLA I use is very sort of non-toxic. It's quite safe to use up here. The resin printers, while they are much better, I think they're just going to be too messy up here. And I don't want too much mess up here because there are a lot of very fragile, expensive and clean trains up here, which I don't want to upset. But yeah, one day I would love to try a resin printer. Oh, and Sparky, here's a horrid idea from Sparky. Wants to see the Helgent Class 17, the E4 pulling some Pullmans. Would love to see how the E4 handles the diesel. That sounds sinister. The E4, well, that's not too horrible actually. I think with a sensible engine like the E4, we might actually get away with that. We shall have to see. Anyway, speaking of requests, I do have lots left over from the last episode, so there's some pretty cool ones, I'll warn you right now. Let's roll those and see what you think. Let's get cracking then. So the first request comes from Me Un. Thank you very much, Me Un. You wanted to see very simply the Bachmann James with the LBSC coaches, which is awesome. So yeah, I mean, quite a few of the Thomas and Friends characters have had a turn with these coaches now, and every one of them looks pretty awesome doing so. So yeah, keep up those requests. Let's see if we can get the whole of the Steam team to try the coaches out, and I guess we'll decide who deserves them on a regular basis. Then we have Dancing Turtle 96, who again wanted a Thomas and Friends request. This time the Bachmann Henry with some Mark 1s and then the Bachmann Edward banking. And as we know, the Bachmann Edward is a bit unstable, so exactly how he's going to handle banking, we will see. Hopefully no major derailments with that. Anyway, thank you Dancing Turtle 96. And then we have Sparky129, who wanted the J70 and the E4 double heading. Very, very unusual combination there, which I absolutely love. They do sort of match though, as the sort of brown colour palette is common of each of those, with some teak coaches as well, which is an unusual pairing with the E4, although probably I've done it before with the J70. But yeah, Sparky129, thank you very much to you too. Next up, one or two really, really cool ideas. The first request I'm a huge fan of. This one comes from Mega Train Lover, so massive thanks to you. You asked for the Blue Merchant Navy, my favourite locomotive, with 20 mixed wagons, including the Queen Mary Brakevan. So yes, obviously the Merchant Navies were also freight locomotives, so it's great to actually represent that because such a beautiful Merchant Navy. It is tempting to run that thing with just passenger stock. But yeah, not today, so that's pretty cool. Here's a really interesting one from Terence Priestley. Look at this. So we've got one of my favourite types of request. This is the HST style train, but with steam locomotives as each end, rather than the HST Class 43 power cars or whatever they are. So yeah, I've got Hall classes with Great Western coaches. So Terence, thank you very, very much for the opportunity to do that. Looks actually pretty cool, doesn't it? I wonder if the Great Western would have taken you up on that if you'd asked to see that in real life back in the day. I don't know, I doubt it. And then we have a cool request also from Kieran McGovern, who wanted to see the LNER B12 with a heavy passenger train, so I've got lots of teaks there, a brake van on the back, which is starting to get unusual, and then a B2 Peckett as a banker. So it started off pretty normal, didn't it, that, with the B12 and the teaks. As soon as you've got that B2 on the back though, it starts to get pretty weird and wild, which is why I like that. So awesome, awesome requests. Thank you to Megatrain Lover, Terence Priestley and Kieran McGovern. Awesome ideas, folks. Thank you very much. So the next request comes from Sparky129. Thank you very much, Sparky129. And of course it is another engine out of place. It's the BR Blue Flying Scotsman, obviously very famous passenger locomotive, with a long freight train and a Southern Railway brake van. So again, I'm just loving these killer combos. And that's a pretty ultimate one, isn't it? The Flying Scotsman with freight. They say it did happen during wartime though. Probably not with a Southern train, but I suppose that's as close as I'm going to get. Then we have a request from Phoenix Kit Kat. Thank you so much to you. Another Thomas and Friends request. I'll tell you, they're pretty popular today. This time it is the Bachmann Duck with some Great Western coaches. And he's got a fair rake of them this time. What, 4 or 5 there? Yeah, that's a little bit more than he usually hauls along. So I reckon he's feeling pretty proud of himself with that one. So thank you, Phoenix Kit Kat. And then we have Redvers B, who wanted to see the L1 with a rake of my choice. Now, of course, there are 2 different L1s. I've got the Southern 440 that I'm running, but there's also an LNER tank engine. Hopefully he meant the Southern locomotive, because I actually run that one very, very rarely. It's very, very rare to see this running on the channel, so it's awesome to actually get that one running, because it's a beauty. It really is lovely. But yeah, Redversby, if you did mean the LNER tank engine, I do apologise. But Sparky129, Phoenix Kit Kat, Redversby, thank you very, very much to you. Let's go back live and carry on with the show. There you go, folks, another round of requests for you, and extra nice to see a little bit of trying at the end there. So yeah, keep the trying requests coming in. I love running those. Right, how's everybody doing? You like those? A Sam says, how to draw. How to draw. That's something I could learn, actually. I am not good at drawing at all. Jimmy Duncan, welcome to the Engineers. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy being a member. Phoenix Kit Kat, oh, there you go. He says, thanks, Sam. You're welcome. Luke's Locomotives, hello to you. Hope you're having a nice Sunday. A nice hot Sunday, I guess. I would say it's not a bad start on the first request, says Alex Dent. That is good to hear, Alex. That's good to hear. Glad you liked it. Adam Rushton, when you be going to review the Hornby Rebuilt Battle of Britain class? Do you know what? That's another lovely loco that I still haven't reviewed. And I'm savouring the fact that I still have beautiful locos that I've still not covered. So I don't know yet, but I am looking forward to doing it whenever that might be. Peter Griffiths, there you go. There's a shout out for you. Gel Wisser Goff, Gerhoff, I'm not sure. Hello to you. Shout out to Sam, says Meet On. Oh, thanks. I've never had a shout out on here, I don't think, before. Vince wants to see an A4 double header. That would be tricky because I don't think any of my A4s have front couplings, unless the Ren ones did. I don't think so though, so that's something I can't really do. In fact, Hornby's A4s do come with a front coupling, an M1, but there's nowhere to put it as far as I know. I don't know, I don't understand. Hasib Khan wants a shout out, there you go. Oh, and there's another super chat from William Town who wants to see, oh, okay, doesn't want to see the Battlefield 2 2042 gameplay trailer. I was going to say, what's that? He says the trailer for that is out today. Well, that is good news, William Town. I will have to check that out. And A2020 Vision says, my new series looks great. Oh, well, you're very kind. I've really, really enjoyed making it, actually. That Salvage or Scrap, the first episode went up yesterday, so if you haven't seen it, do check that one out. Yeah, it was great fun to make. I thoroughly enjoyed it. All 7 episodes are filmed and edited, and they'll be coming out once a month. So yeah, you can stay tuned and you'll see those. Harry C, oh, what a striking profile picture. Is that a prancing horse? Anyway, thank you very much. He wants to see a Bachmann diseased caterpillar with all of your egg vans. Oh wow, that is a horrendous idea, Harry. Thank you very much, though. I'll give that a go. Woke up in time for the stream, says Christian Man. Oh, good. Hopefully you saw your request, Christian. That was in the last round. So yeah, double back and check that out if you missed it. Anyway, more requests. Are you ready for these? These are pretty cool, actually. So we have Jonathan Kent, who wanted to see the Flying Scotsman with some Pullmans. And of course, if you're running Pullmans, I think it's got to be the BR Blue Flying Scotsman. It just looks better, as far as I'm concerned. So there that one goes. And then here's an interesting one from A2020 Vision, who wanted to see the Mystery 040, the LSBC one. LSBC? LBSC. There we go. The heat must be getting to me. With some 3D printed wagons. So every single wagon on this train is entirely my design, and it came out of my 3D printer. Some of these I have videos coming out on, which have not come out yet, so this is a bit of an exclusive, I suppose. But yeah, all 100% Sam's Trains wagons. So see if you can, yeah, catch an eye on some of the details as they run around. And then, hopefully this isn't going to ruin everything. This came from Dan Bateman, who wanted to see the Class 73 pushing egg vans and a breakdown crane. So the egg vans are going to derail, and I'm guessing the crane is there to put them back on the track again. Yeah, that makes some sense. So I need to set this one so that it's pushing the egg vans. It is on the inside line where there are no second radius curves, so I don't know, maybe that will count for something. Maybe it won't. We shall have to see. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Right, well that's the first curve negated without any problems. And there go my 3D printed wagons. I'm so proud of those. It is a lot of fun 3D printing stuff. I'll be doing much more of that as time goes on. Right, I'll look at the chat while these are running. And there goes the Scotsman in the bottom right with its coaches. Looks so good. Like I say, that BR Blue Flying Scotsman was built with Pullmans in mind, I'm sure of it. Who else remembered when Devious Diesel was always in Sam'sTrains? Oh, in the chat you mean, Astro Chaos? Yes, I do remember. I mean, maybe Devious Diesel has mellowed a little bit in his older age, I'm not sure. UK Cars says, Sam, will you upload any more 3D print videos? They are genuinely interesting. Well, thank you very much. I had a lot of beautiful feedback from that 3D printing video. And so, yes, I am going to be doing more. Yeah, I'll film another one, in fact. So there's another one coming soon. And I'm working on new projects all of the time, so there'll always be new 3D printed stuff to show. I'm going to wear the printer out at this rate, I should think. Hey look, a chat, says Alpha008. You're right, this is indeed a chat. Can you send me some 3D printed wagons, says Seb's Unboxing. Well, funny you should mention that, but if you are a member of this channel, and you can join down below by the way, you can join up. If you're an engineer or a chief mechanical engineer, I am releasing one wagon every month, a 3D printed custom Sam'sTrains wagon that costs £10 and I will ship it to you wherever you are in the world. You have to pay the postage of course. So yeah, I'm doing one different design every single month. If you want to join, become a member, they will be available to you. I wish I could make them available to everybody, but if I got 100 orders, I'd be stuck because it takes hours to produce a single wagon. So yeah, it's got to be members only, but if you'd like to try some Sam'sTrains wagons, that's how you can get them. Stephen Blackwood, thank you very, very much. Will you get a carbon nanostructure printer when they become available? Probably in about 50 years or so. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd have a use for such strong structures. I suppose it would mean you could make ultra-realistic wagons, but I just think plastic is more than adequate for most things structurally, and if not die-cast. But yeah, even for 3D printing, plastic seems to work pretty well. Anyway, did you notice that none of my wagons derailed? That's quite impressive, isn't it? I've actually not run them all like this in a big train before, so I did not know whether or not that was going to work. But it did. Yes. Oh man, I just get such a kick out of that. I've gone all quiet now. Just, I don't know, this 3D printing is brilliant. I just wish I'd have done it years ago. Yeah, love it, love it. One of my favourite things to do. In fact, I can honestly say over the last month or so, I have not been bored, because if I sit down and I think, oh, I've got nothing else to do now, I'll just think, well, let's work on that chassis, or let's build a new body for it. I don't know, maybe it's not for everybody, but for someone like me, it's just amazing. I love it. Right, William Babcock. I knew this was going to happen. The Helgen Class 17 crops up again. He wants to see the Helgen 17 with the egg vans, 2 of the fast pocket rockets on the outside line. So they're going to be pulling at the 17. That means I've got to fit a coupling to the front of the 17, unless we put that at the front. Yeah, perhaps I will. That's a nasty, nasty request, William, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you very much. And then Callum Dine, can we see the Centenary W4 Peckett double heading with another W4, pulling a long train of ocean wagons? You see, that's what a nice request looks like, you evil people. That, from Callum Dine, is what a nice request looks like, so thanks for that. And Lars Lagerwerf, I apologise for my awful pronunciation of some of these names. But yeah, there's a shout out for you. And the model shed has got to go now, okay, see ya. I hope you enjoyed what you stayed for. And unboxing Tony, it's Tony's birthday today. Alright, well, happy birthday. Hope you have a very lovely day. Okay, well let's pull up the chat. How's everybody doing? Has anybody got any modelling projects on the go? Anything anybody's excited about? You pop that in the chat and we shall take a look, see what everybody's been up to. Adam's Radial is in the chat. Ooh, I've had quite a few locos come and visit me on my streams, but never the Adam's Radial before, I don't think. So, hello to you. Yep, hope you're alright. Where are you? At the, I forget now. It's that lovely sort of green liveried one. It's the KR... No, it's gone. It's somewhere down south, I think, isn't it? I'm doing okay, thank you, Train Fanatic 24. Not too bad. I'm glad it's the weekend. I'm glad it's a stream. I love doing these streams. Gene Friedel wants to see the salvage or scrap engine run. That's an idea. Yes, I could run that one at some point. Yep, you're welcome to request that. Anybody. And Sparky129, I saw you pop up. Last request. Okay, last request for tonight. Could you run the 040 from the recent video with the Centenary Peckett with 2 LBSC coaches and a small brake van? Do you mean the salvage or scrap one? If so, that is spooky, because I've literally just talked about it as you must have been sending that. That's cool. And then we have Harry Chapman. Thank you so much, Harry. Wants to see the ROD 04 double heading with the 9... Oh, with the Oxford, I'm guessing. The Oxford Dean pulling the railgun. Okay, wow, okay, that's a classic war train then, Harry. Yes, why not? That's a really good idea. Thank you, I'll look forward to that. Ollie Warren, I'm okay, thank you, hope you are too. Peter Griffiths, yeah, I remember you. I've seen your name crop up many a time, so it's good to see you. And Kyle the Destroyer is there as well, shout out to you. Okay, I'm glad it's the weekend on this beautiful Sunday morning, says Train Fanatic 24. I wouldn't mind seeing an American loco on your layout. Well, you're in luck, because I think the next review I'm doing is an American loco that I've never shown before, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, so next up I have a bit of, well, I've decided that I want to try and do another 3D print design project. I think the design part is the most important part. So I want to learn more about 3D printing. I think this is the best way to do it. Here's what I came up with. So for this 3D printing project, I've decided to come up with a bit of a design brief just to identify exactly what it is I'm going to try to create before I try to create it. And I think this is actually a really useful thing to do, particularly if, like me, you're just learning the ropes. Because if you don't have a specific goal in mind, when you've created whatever it is you've created just by going in, starting and seeing where it takes you, how do you evaluate how effective you are at actually solving a problem and designing what you've set out to? So I'm setting out to design some sort of coupling. And why not? We all know what couplings are, we all use them. It might be interesting to try and create a variation on the standard coupling. So I'm going to make my couplings manual couplings. In real life, it's not a case of just crashing two wagons together and they couple faultlessly, ready to go. No, the wagons have to be coupled manually. And most couplings in model form are not like that. You do literally just crash models together and they couple. So it might be interesting, notice I'm saying interesting and not necessarily desirable, to have a coupling that actually requires some sort of manual input to couple them together. I think that would be pretty cool. The next requirement is that these are as discrete, if not more so, than traditional tension lock couplings. Because if this is a really big complicated thing that is just very distracting to look at, it's not really going to be ideal. And finally, the complexity of this coupling has to be kept to an absolute minimum. Because if it takes ages to print, if it's really fiddly and involved to assemble, and not only that, if it's difficult and fiddly to couple and uncouple with, it's just not going to fit its design criteria, is it? So I think I've designed something that may or may not work. We're going to test it today. It's printing right now, so as soon as it's finished, I will show you the parts I've come up with. I'll give them a little bit of a test and see whether or not I've been able to design what I've set out to. And here is what I've come up with. So as you can see, these do have NEM plugs on them, but on the ends of these shafts you've got these hoops, and these hoops are sort of self-locating, if you would. The ends of these shafts have a circular shape to them so that when the couplings go together they actually line up perfectly, as you can see. And this is hard to, I think this is going to be hard to demonstrate without actually using wagons. But then you've got this pin, which, well, the idea is you drop that in between the hoops, which are moving around because they're not attached to wagons, but that will drop down between the two hoops and stop the couplings coming apart. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that doesn't sound very practical. How on earth are you going to maneuver this pin between these couplings? Yeah, already you can tell there's a reason why I don't design stuff for a living. But I have figured out a way to make this a little bit more practical, and that is by means of a removable hook, which fits into the top of this peg, as you can see, like that. And now you can use a tool like this. This is just one of my test couplings with a bit of fishing line around it, and you can hook this thing in and out. So now it should be a lot easier to pop this in position and get it ready to go. Okay, so let's see about putting these couplings into position. I'm going to actually put them in this way so that the peg doesn't droop down and touch the sleepers or other parts of the railway. This is not a good angle for doing it. Let's try again, get these in. These should be a snug fit, but they ought to fit. There you go. So that has gone into the NEM pocket. That's what it looks like. Let's put the one into the other side. To tell you the truth, the whole NEM plug business, I just pinched that from my existing design of NEM couplings. So I sort of knew that that was going to fit. I would have been quite surprised if it didn't. There we go, that's the other one. Oh, and I've knocked off the other coupling. So I've just got one of these couplings, so it's not going to be an entire train of them. I suppose you would want to test an entire train of these to to figure out actually how practical this is. But as you can see, they do sort of meet together quite nicely. See if we can get that in camera properly. Yeah, they do self-locate, and on a straight piece of track at least, this should be easy to couple to. I don't think it would work on a curved piece of track. But let's try it on the straight track. Let's see if this coupling actually is functional. I'm really, really curious to find out. Steady. Alright, so the self-locating design seems to work quite well, because as these were coming together, they weren't lined up right, but if you actually push them, they do line up right. So there is, yeah, you do require a little bit of pressure between the couplings in order for them to line up properly. Although I suppose if I varied the dimensions of the pin that I'm about to try to put in, then that might change. Now this is already, I can see this is an issue because the piece I'm using is wobbling all over the place, so perhaps some sort of rigid hook to use instead of a moving piece of string would be easier, because actually, yeah, the fact that this is flexible is not working very well. So that's something to figure out on a later occasion. So on this occasion, I think I'm going to just use my fingers to put this peg in place, because I think that's going to be simpler. But for uncoupling, I bet this will be really quite handy. So there you go. What do you think about that? How are we doing on the subtlety front? Is it any subtler than the tension locks? I would say probably not with this sort of hook on top, but if I pull that hook off, let's try that, then maybe that looks a bit better, doesn't it? And they are indeed coupled. I ought to demonstrate that. So yeah, that's all right, isn't it? That is okay. Let's let's run around the layout, see if it handles curves and such. It should do, because these are circular, so there's a nice pivot point in the centre there. Yeah, should actually handle curves all right, but let's see. Here we go, nice cameo from the web coal tank here. Let's test it on curves. Oh, look at that. And in fact, I reckon I could get away with making the coupling shafts a little bit shorter, because the couplings could do with being a little bit closer. But apart from that, this seems perfectly functional, doesn't it? It's working absolutely fine. So that's really, really cool. Now then, let's try uncoupling, see how simple this is to do. So I'm going to back the wagons into a siding, and hopefully stop them where the coupling will be in shot. Yes, it is. And then I'll take my rod, which, yeah, is not ideal actually with this loose bit of fishing wire, but if I can hook it around the coupling, pull it out, then I can drive the train forwards. Ha! There you go, it worked. So finally, we're starting to see some practicality in this. Well, it does actually work, doesn't it? And it does have an element of realism that has been lost in traditional model railway couplings. But the really important and more interesting question is, do modelers really want that? Because you hear all the time how important realism and accuracy is, but I argue that actually as modelers that is not what we want at all, at least not in the literal sense. I mean, can you imagine if our steam locomotives had to run on real coal? Well, I couldn't run them in this room, I would choke to death. Can you imagine if our electric locos ran on 1,000 volts? You'd explode if you touched the track. Can you imagine if model railway enthusiasts had to run their trains to the same health and safety standards that real locomotives and trains had to adhere to? It wouldn't be much fun at all. So yes, to use this annoying little shunter's pole, if you will, to manually couple wagons is a little bit more realistic, but it's also incredibly frustrating and impractical, really, let's be quite honest about this. I think it would be a little bit less so if I devised a better tool, but even so, it's much less convenient than just using tension locks. So putting huge trains together, this would be a joke. I would never ever want to do this. But maybe if one day I wanted to do an Inglenook challenge again using this sort of thing, maybe just once or twice, it would be quite interesting to have manual couplings. I don't know about that, but yeah, bear in mind, absolute realism is not really what anybody wants, or at least not in my opinion. But that was fun. I've learned some new stuff. I've learned about how to create new parts, and that was the whole idea. So give me some more ideas, give me some more suggestions on what could be created, and I'll do this again sometime. All right, let's go back live. Well, it was a fun bit of practice, isn't it, at the end of the day? That's all you can say about it. But yeah, why not share it with you? I thought, you know, this is a load of rubbish, I'm not going to show it. But then you guys wouldn't get to at least laugh at my rubbishness. At best, maybe you might be able to get some ideas from it yourself. But yeah, maybe it's something I should refine. I saw a few people saying the distance between the wagons was too great, and I agree, but that's not a big deal. I can just shorten them a little bit. In fact, the first design of that I did, the distance was too small and the buffers were locking, so obviously I overcompensated and made them too far apart. I did see one comment saying make the pin tapered so that it fits better. That's a great idea. That's a very, very good idea. I think I might actually do that if I decide to continue with the idea. Maybe I will, maybe I'm not. We shall have to have a look at that. Anyway, welcome back. If you've only just joined, an extra special welcome to you. Still loads more trains to run, lots of requests to do. If you sent a request and it doesn't get done today, don't worry. They are first come, first serve, but they will all get done. If it's not done today, it'll be done next week. I'll do every single one that comes. So, yep. How's everybody doing? More diesels? Oh, Devious Diesel. We were talking about you earlier on. I'm guessing you heard. You were just watching quietly and you popped in. Oh well, Devious Diesel's in the chat, folks, so be careful. It says more diesels. Okay. We yikes. There are no diesels in the next round, unfortunately, Devious Diesel. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if I want a steam round, we shall have a steam round. I don't want any steamism from you, Devious Diesel. A work in progress, but interesting, Jimmy Duncan. Yes, I mean, it's not going to be rolling out to model shops all across the country. That much I will definitely admit. Can I have a shout out, says Charlie Moore? Yes, you certainly can. No problem at all. Thank you for being here. Oliver Taylor, PC specs. I forget what the specs are for this PC now. This was my main PC. My main PC that I do all of my sort of editing and everything on is downstairs, and my sort of second in line always comes up here after I build a new one for downstairs. But yeah, it's an Intel, it's an i7 of some description, one of the Haswell range. Downstairs I've got a Ryzen 9, one of the super crazy ones. Anyway, shall we do some more requests? Might as well get them over with, because next up on the final round, there's a few more horrors to get done. But actually, I would say this next round isn't too bad at all. There are some quite nice ones. For instance, on the outside line, this is one I can definitely get behind. This one's from George Botterini. So thank you so much, George, again for your continued support. Really do appreciate it. It's the Merchant Navy in the blue with the Pullmans. I thought, you know, well, you can't beat Pullmans for this sort of thing. In fact, BR Blue in general just works well with Pullmans, I think. And then you've got William Town, I like this one, who wanted to see the 14XX with some Great Western clerestory coaches. It's a word I don't usually struggle with, but I have done today. I love that, that makes such a nice change from the auto coaches. And then we have Mark7188, who asked to see the Bachmann Gordon with the Express and the Thomas at the back, and I believe that is for his son Jack. So Jack and Mark, thank you so much for your support. And I hope you both enjoy seeing Gordon and Thomas sharing the Express there. In fact, let's tune in and see if we can watch them. There goes the lovely Merchant Navy class. And Mayo, I did put Mallard out on the line for you so that you can see it. All right. Is everything all right? Something sounds a bit dodgy, but I can't. Maybe it's just that 14XX that's a little bit noisy. That might be it. You never know, do you? No, something doesn't sound quite right. I don't know if it's Gordon's tender, but that Bachmann Gordon is quite notorious. Yeah, that tender looks like something's wrong. And I bet when it reaches these points, it's going to go wrong. Yeah. Oh, yeah, very wrong. And Thomas, bless him, is not aware that there's anything wrong, and he's still pushing on. So, oh gosh. And now Gordon's gone without his tender. Oh my word. This is not going well. Come on, what would the Fat Controller say? I'm too nice to these engines, they don't behave for me. Alright, okay. Thomas, stop. You don't have to shove quite this hard. Wow, how powerful is Hornby Thomas? I didn't realise he was as strong as that. He was really shoving. In fact, I think that's what's done it. I think that's what the problem is. Hornby Thomas ramming Gordon really, really hard, and it's knocking his tender off. I think that's what's happened. Right, let's watch again. Where is it? I can't see it. What? Oh wow, it's just sped up. It's miles away. It's completed another lap already. Hang on. Yep, I'm not kidding. There it is. That was crazy. Captain Crunch, thank you very much. Would it be too much to ask for one of your C1 Atlantics pulling some of those teak coaches? Of course, that is not too much to ask. Thank you very, very much, Captain Crunch. Probably will be on the next episode now, but it will certainly get done. Yes, no problem. Oh, I'm sorry. Cough, cough, cough. Must be quite obnoxious to listen to that, I suppose. Anyway, that's a couple of laps with Gordon and Thomas without failure, so maybe I just put the tender on wrong to start with, and Thomas pushed it off. Hopefully that's all it was. I did have to put quite a lot of weight into my Bachmann Gordon tender, and it derails now far less frequently than it used to, which is good. There we are. Yep, I think we found peace at last on this railway. Oh, there's me. Hunched over the controls. Yeah, it's pretty good. Right, Bachmann. Oh. I don't know if you would have seen that. Yeah, just as I was literally seconds away from stopping Gordon, and he was like, no, I'll have one more chance to derail horribly. I think it was his tender again, but this time it got caught and knocked one of the coaches off as well. Honestly, I don't know whether it's Gordon or Thomas that deserves the Fat Controller's dungeon punishment. I don't know, maybe both, maybe both. There we go, that's an episode of Thomas and Friends that nobody wants to see. Let's not even go there, shall we? Right, there we go. That's the punishment. The train, a great hand has come down from above and just pinched the entire consist off the track. There we go, never to be seen again. Alright, well, thank you folks, those were very nice requests, as always. Nobody else's fault really, besides Gordon and Thomas, that went wrong, so yeah, it's all good. Anyway, let's do some Wall of Fame. So these are the photos sent in by you lovely viewers, and if you too would like to have one of your pictures or a drawing or something, it could be anything you want as long as you've made it, up on the wall behind me and also in front of me, just email them to me at samstrains@outlook.com and I'll print them off and I'll put them up on the wall for you. So here are today's. I've got the fan on today, so if they all blow away, yeah, I apologise. Many a true word spoken in jest. I'm going to have to put them somewhere else. I could tell that they were about to sort of take off. Right, first one, this is one I do recognise from Rebecca, so thank you very much, Rebecca. Yep, that looks to me like the Hornby Hogwarts Express. In fact, I can see one of the Harry Potter boxes back there. So that looks awesome. Rebecca having good fun with the Hogwarts Express there. I don't know, there's something in the background. Are these bags full of new model trains? I hope so. I'd love to get my hands on those. Right, James G. Now, this is a lovely one. I did think, when I first saw this, I thought that is a model. I don't think it is, though. I mean, you don't get model figures that are that realistic, do you? So, yeah, that is not a model. I suppose it's a credit to Hornby, really, for how accurate their models are, but it's difficult to tell the difference between the real thing. But yeah, that is one of the beautiful Bully Pacifics. What a gorgeous, gorgeous loco that is. So that's James G, thank you for that. Then we've got Falcon 3500 who sent in this. Look at this, this is quite a big layout actually. Yeah, quite a long straight on the right hand side there. So very, very good work. I bet that gives you trains a good chance to stretch their legs actually. It's very good. And at the start of a nice station as well, I've just spotted over on the left. So yeah, keep us updated, Falcon, and I can't wait to see where you go next with your railway. Then Rubik's sent in this one. This is an impressive photo. Look at that. And it's just, I don't know, there's something quite gritty about that loco, isn't there? Yeah. Pair marquette as well, 1225. So it is the Berkshire. But it doesn't look like my Berkshire. My Berkshire looks, I mean, this looks like a grizzled Berkshire that's been through hell and back, doesn't it? But in a good way, in a good way. It's got a grim quality to it that I like that. And then we have this from Brown Leader. He's converted what looks like an ex-Bachmann Thomas into an LBSC E2, which is awesome. Yeah, it's really strange to look at that, isn't it, actually? It messes with my head to see it. But that's Brown Leader for you, so thank you very much. And then we have Daniel K. One last one. Here we go. Flying Scotsman. And look at that angle. What a camera angle that is. That just, even though that model is not sort of like the top range or whatever, that camera angle adds £100 to the value, if you ask me. Yeah, it just looks marvellous. So well done, Daniel. What a cracking photographer you must be. That's very good. And Terence Priestley, thank you very much for that donation. That's very kind. Right, do you want to see some more requests then? I know what the answer is. So these are more left over from the last time. So if you see one that you made, jump in the chat and let us know. Hope you enjoy them. Here we go. Okay, well, I've got the old freight train running again. This time it is for Paul S, who has asked to see an 8F with mixed freight. Now, I think he asked for the Wren 8F, but I've actually taken that out of service to protect it. So you have got the Hornby 8F, but hopefully that's okay. The Hornby one works better anyway, particularly on my track with its, you know, slightly dodgy layout. Then we have William Babcock, and this is an insanely huge train. Look at this. Both of the blue merchant navies. I mean, straight off the bat, you know that's going to be good. But then he asked for 15 coaches. Now, 15 coaches doesn't sound like very many, but seeing 15 coaches in the flesh looks crazy. I mean, we're talking a third of the entire layout taken up by 15 coaches. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So thank you for that one, William Babcock. Very, very nice idea. And then we have Turbulence Music, who asked to see the Royal Scot with a rake of LMS coaches in celebration of him getting a Hornby one. So that is absolutely amazing. Turbulence Music, thank you for your support and enjoy your Hornby Royal Scot. What a cool model. And thank you to Paul S and William Babcock as well for your very cool requests. All right, let's move on. Up next then, this is a request from Owen Budd, and it's yet another loco that is quite seldom requested on this channel. So it's the lovely LMS Fowler 4P with my choice of rolling stock. Well, obviously that's got to be LMS coaches for me, so I've put that together. Thank you so much for the support, Owen Budd, and thank you for the opportunity to see the lovely Fowler 4P back on track again. That's awesome. Then I have a request from Percy the Little Green Engine, which is a lovely username. It's lovely to have Percy here watching the channel. That's pretty awesome. And he wanted to see the double header between Percy and Thomas, and I've just left a couple of Southern coaches because I always think those Southern coaches, I don't know, they just suit the Thomas and Friends engines, don't they? They do, in my opinion, anyway. So that's Percy the Little Green Engine. Thank you to you. And then Tanner Minor, yet another seldom requested, well, I would say locomotive, train, I guess. It is the Bachmann 211 Voyager on the outside line he wanted. It doesn't work properly on the outside line, unfortunately, because it doesn't like second radius curves very much. But I have put it on the inside line, and as you can see, it is working pretty nicely at quite a good speed. So yeah, thank you, Tanner Minor, for the opportunity to get that set out again. Very, very rare that I do that. So yeah, they're all coming out this time, this episode. An awful lot of very unusual but very awesome requests. So Owen Budd, Tanner Minor, Percy the Little Green Engine, thank you very much to you folks. And here we are on the final round of requests for this segment. The first one comes from Mitchell Cole, who wanted to see the streamlined coronation with a black 5 and 8 LMS coaches, which is a lovely LMS themed request, so I absolutely love that. And as you can see, the coronation and the black 5 working really, really nicely together. Then you have a classic wartime themed request from Mega Train Lover. I had a couple of those today, which I really like. This time though, the 700 class with the railgun and the ambulance train coaches. I mean, it's a classic, isn't it? Absolutely love that one. What a great idea. And then this is an interesting one from Milo Tagney, who wanted to see the Dapult Class 73, the Egg Vans, Bullman, and my 3D printed wagons. And funnily enough, I think my 3D printed wagons are the only thing on this train that are actually designed properly and that won't derail. And interestingly, if you're interested, I am producing one new wagon every single month available to members. So join the Sam'sTrains engineers and you can get your hands on some of them. For now though, Mitchell Cole, Mega Train Lover, Milo Tagney, thank you so much for your support and thank you for your requests. Let's go back live. Well, there you go. I seem to be pretty good at leaking my 3D printed wagons, don't I? I'd forgotten that they were in that. So, yeah, that's another look at some of the wagons I haven't shown yet. And in fact, if you really do want to leak, let me show you what I've been working on today. So my friend Callum, not the usual Callum, not Callum Wilcox, a different Callum, Sorry to the other Callum, if you sound like I was calling you weird there, which I wasn't. Yeah, he's challenged me to create some sort of pre-grouping coach with bogies. So I have actually created a bogie chassis right here, as you can see. This is the first version. I think I could modify it slightly. It's actually quite stable. It's very stable, but as you can see, the bogies are a little bit floppy when they're up off the track. So I reckon I could tighten the clips a little bit. But yeah, that is entirely 3D printed, and it's ready to take a 3D printed coach body, or possibly even a wagon body on the top of that. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty free rolling, which is good. So yeah, that is something that I'm going to be working on. Not a video anytime soon on that, I don't think, because literally I just started work on that yesterday. But yeah, that's another sneak preview. I'm spoiling all the surprises, so why not? Okay, are you ready then? One final round of requests. Here they come from some awesome people, yet again, although you're all awesome. So, on the outside line, William B wanted to see the Mark Martinson mogul on the outside line with the egg vans, and it's the biggest egg rake of the day. We've got 6 of them there. Now, the actual Mark Martinson mogul doesn't work, unfortunately. Yes, I lied in my review. I covered up the fact that it didn't review because I wanted more free samples from Mark Martinson. There, I said it. But I've got the slightly inferior but actually better running Dapol mogul instead. So hopefully that'll be all right for you, William. Then we have Double Decker Dave, who wanted to see Henry with some troublesome trucks and also some fish vans. So thank you, Dave. I will be doing that in just a second. And then here's a really interesting one. I think this is the this is the most eccentric idea of the day. It comes from Lewis Boscarino, who wants to see the Battle of Britain class with coronation coaches. Yes, that's a crazy idea, I must say. I don't believe that's one I've done before. It's amazing that we keep finding stuff that I haven't yet done. But I think that is one of them. So yeah, let's do it. Let's see how these run. And I will go through and thank all of the lovely super chattees from today's stream, because there have been absolutely loads. And there's Kelly, still suffering with hay fever, brain scrambled, says Kelly. Oh dear, me too, Kelly. Although the cold I've had this week has sort of overridden the hay fever. Maybe that's another thing that's been contributing. Yeah, 'cause I do get hay fever as well. Anyway, I hope you feel better soon, Kelly. At least there's nothing too seriously wrong. Oh. I haven't even started reading out my super chats yet. But I've heard that the egg pans have derailed. One of them is dangerously lolling towards the middle line. But Henry has just gotten out of the way, which is good. Let's see, this is the camera I want. Oh no! Hang on. I'm pretty sure I said there were 6 egg vans. I'll make that 4. So it's lost egg vans. Can I find where they are before it comes back around and hits them? Yes, I can. I think they're here. Goodness sake. Yep, and of course, they were lying across the other 2 tracks. So they're not going back on. I'm going to keep those. And let's see if the rest are still actually on the track. Yes, they are. Oh, those egg vans, honestly. Oh. You couldn't move. You just can't believe it. I made sure they were coupled properly and everything. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. Thank you so much for the support over this stream, folks. I'm going to shout out everybody who's super chatted from today, so bear with me one sec. Wow, some crazy generosity today. Thank you very, very much. So, thank you to Jonathan Kent, A2020 Vision. Goodness sake, I've just started and it's happened again. Where are we? Can't really see. Oh, that's another one gone. I think we're down to 3. Yeah, that is another one lying across the other lines. Hang on, other camera. Let me grab it. Yeah, lying across the track. Next egg van, off. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can get down to no egg vans at all and just the loco. Yep, I'm not kidding. Oh, we've lost another one. Where's that gone? Where's it gone? It had 3 a second ago, surely. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yep, I can see it. Unbelievable. Yeah, you can just see it in the shot. It's shedding them. I've never had this before. Shedding them one at a time. Right, we've got to watch this. Sorry, super chatters. Oh, this is unbelievable. Right. Okay, I think we got away with that. Thank you very much, Train Fanatic 24. It says, hope this helps with your 3D printing. Would love to see more of it. I think it's just amazing. Thank you so much, Train Fanatic 24. It is amazing, isn't it? Not my work or anything. I think the printer makes my work look amazing, frankly. Yeah, it's all the printer and the fantastic software design. You know, shout out to Google and SketchUp and such. Fantastic software. And also FlashForge for their printers and their software. I mean, amazing. Might not be the greatest in the world, but it sure has impressed me. Right, let's do this. George Botterini, thank you so much. Brendan White, William Town, Gadgetman1701. Sorry, I'm thinking about those egg vans. I don't know. Mark7188, AZ Rail, Double Decker Dave, William Babcock, Firefield Junction, Lewis Boscarino, Mega Train Lover, Brendan White again, Thunder Turbine 88, Jolly Good Show on the channel. On content, bro, keep it up. Yeah, I don't think I read that one before. Thank you very much. I will try my best. And then Sparky129, Paul Bowman, thank you very much. Jared S8R, thank you very much to you. You wanted to see Toby and the J17 HST with blood and custard coaches and Henrietta in the middle. Wow. Now that is an idea and a half, isn't it? Jared SAR, that was you. Sam Green, Sparky129 again. Dark Lightning 1536, Tantalus, Sparky129 again, Alpha Trip 008, William Town, Harry C, WCGM Radio by Christian Mann, Stephen Blackwood, William Babcock, thank you very much, Callum Dine, Sparky129, Harry Chapman, Vilma, Dark Lightning 1536. What is Dark Lightning? It's just it's a contradiction in terms, isn't it? That it's very interesting. He wants to see a race between Gordon and Spencer. Might have to give that a try. I like that one. Joe Eason, thank you very much. Maybe just print a stubbier pin and a shorter hooks. Yeah, that's a good idea. And can you send Smokey Joe around coupled with the railgun? Yeah, okay, we could do that. Captain Crunch, thank you very much to you. And of course, nothing is too much to ask for, within reason. And Terence Priestley and Kelly Ashford as well. Thank you so much, folks. Oh, it's been good to be back. It may be boiling up here, it may be miserable, but I sure have enjoyed doing the stream, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing it as well. Always good to catch up with you folks, run some trains, have the usual shenanigans, enjoy some horrifying derailments. Oh, well, 2 egg vans, alright then. So, no. Can you believe it? No, 2 egg vans is not alright. I think we are now down to just the loco on its own, and they are in fact once again lying down across the track. That is unbelievable. This loft needs to be, it needs an exorcism or something, because that is spooky. Did you see that, folks? Did you see that? Literally as I was saying it. Wow. It shed its egg vans one at a time. Well, sometimes 2 at a time. But now it really is just the mogul running around on its own. That is absolutely unbelievable. And that's okay, Kelly. She says no request until the next streams. I'm glad. I think we need to quit while we're ahead. That is shocking. Ah, the way fate works, that is crazy. If I didn't know better, I would believe that there was some evil at work in this room. Yes, next episode, Sam'sTrains meets the Catholic priest. Maybe, we'll have to see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Next week I have a bit of news coming up, model railway news. I'm not having a baby or anything. And also an American review, as I promised. So yes, look forward to those. I will see you very soon. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for all the support. I'll see you on the next one. Alright, cheers folks. Take care. Hey folks, thank you all very, very much for tuning in for another episode of Sam'sTrains Live. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another episode very, very soon, but in the meantime, please enjoy the videos that I'll be posting on my channel. Till then, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for your support, folks, and take care of yourselves.